Hi there, I'm Amanda from Wild and Free Adventures. I'm going to do some yoga today. This class is going to be around 15-20 minutes, so it's just a little warm-up or a stretch, and in these classes I'm going to focus on particular areas. So this one's going to be about the upper body, opening up and releasing tension around the shoulders, the neck, and just getting a good stretch across the top of the body and the back of the spine. So all we need for the class is a folded blanket, really. You don't even need this, as long as you've got a mat, that's the most important thing. But a folded blanket is always handy to have, whether we're sort of in a seated position just to elevate the hips a little, take a little bit of pressure out of the lower back, or if it's just to pad up the knees. And they're always just handy to use in a multitude of different ways. So if we want to get started, let's come into a comfortable seated position, either kneeling or cross-legged. And we come into a cross-legged position. And we're just going to settle into the mat. So when we sit on a blanket, it just allows those hips to come up a little, knees to drop down, and just take a little bit of pressure out of the lower back. Always great to do if it's first thing in the morning as well. Let's take a couple of shoulder rolls. Just feeling in and around that area that we hold a lot of tension from sitting and rounding at desks all day long, maybe driving or being on those iPhones all day long. And then just release those shoulders back down. Lovely. So for this practice, let's keep palms facing down and just take a soft gaze or close the eyes if that feels comfortable. And we're just going to connect with our breath for a few minutes. So see if you can settle into that seat, relax around the hip area, soften the belly, soften the chest, and just observe the breath as it is. So it's just taking these first couple of minutes to turn the volume up on the inside. So just feeling that breath, that effortless breath, wherever it is. And maybe you're breathing up into your chest, maybe shallow, or maybe low down to the belly. Just observe that breath as it is without changing it in any way. On the next inhale, can you lift and lengthen a little out of your seat? Imagine that space being created between each and every vertebrae along the spine. Again, not forcing. Turning that vision and that hearing, those senses inwards. And taking a little body scan, noticing how the body's feeling today. In particular, how the shoulders and the neck are feeling, as that's the area that we're going to loosen off. Let's turn the palms up. So when we have the hands facing down, that's grounding. Turning the palms up, receiving. And this creates a little gentle rotation of the shoulders. And bring your awareness to the chest area. Taking the shoulder roll, roll the shoulders up and squeezing the shoulder blades down and back and releasing them. Imagining that you've got sandbags hanging from those elbows, so let the arms become heavy. Relax the palms, let the fingers just curl in naturally. And then let's take a couple of deeper breaths into the belly now. Through the nose and out through the nose. We're getting that ujjayi breath if it's in your practice. And if you're new to it, it's simply contracting the back of your throat. And then that sound of the breath becomes more vocal. And it's almost like you're steaming up a mirror. Referred to as Darth Vader breath or ocean breath. Extending that exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. And feeling that belly drawing back towards the spine. Feeling those shoulders releasing on each and every exhale. As we just arrive here on the mat for your practice, your short mini warm-up stretch. And then slowly opening the eyes, just flickering them towards the ground. And arriving back in the room. With an inhale, let's spread those fingers, take those arms wide and sweep them up and over your head. Interlace and turn the palms up. As you reach those palms up towards the sky, can you push down with those sitting bones, those knees, and draw the belly in. Let's exhale over towards the right side, feeling that stretch all along the left side, from the hips all along the ribs into the armpit and the arms. Inhale to center and exhale over towards the left. Now opening into the right side of the body. Just starting to wake up the seams of the body. Inhale back to center. Let's turn the palms and push them out in front of us as we round in the back, drawing the chin in, getting a lovely stretch all across in between those shoulder blades, down the spine, diagonally, up and down and across. As you inhale, scoot the chest forward and raise those arms back up and over your head. Maybe draw them back a little bit more. Open the chest. Feel that heart shine, but then draw the belly back. Draw the knees down, activating that core into those legs and rooting down those sitting bones. Let's go again. Exhaling over towards the right. Inhaling to center and then transitioning with your next breath over towards the left. Now I'm not going to be mirroring you, I'm going to be doing literally my left and right, which will be opposite to you guys. Let's release those fingers, take fists with the hands and just circle them down as you release them back towards the earth. Waking up those wrists and getting some movement all up the arms. Let's inhale, spread the arms again, up and over. Lovely deep breath into the body, interlace the fingers, push the palms up, root down with those sitting bones. And then let's release, making fists and circling back down. Lovely. Starting to wake up the arms, placing the right fingertips, sliding them up into the earth. Let's inhale, reach up with the left, find the length in the side body, keeping that left sitting bone grounded. Let's exhale over towards the right. So we're really getting into the side body as well as opening up into those shoulders, activating a bit of core, which is always great for our practice. Inhale back to center, take both arms up, and then plant that left hand down, sliding those fingers. Reach up first, find that length, root down with that right sitting bone, before we then exhale over towards the other side. Just start to feel those muscles and those tissues start to open. Inhale back to center. Reaching back up with both arms, turn the thumbs down and start to take those hands behind us. Now either reaching back or interlacing behind you, and then rolling those shoulders back and moving those arms away. Getting a lovely stretch across the front of the chest. Let's drop the chin to the chest and then just roll from shoulder to shoulder, moving really slowly. Using the whole of the breath, maybe inhaling all the way over to one side. And then as that breath changes and transitions into the exhale, coming and rolling across the chest and up and over to the other side. Just becoming aware of any tightness, and feel free to linger in those spots, those areas where you can feel that tightness. And come back to center, releasing the arms and giving them a bit of a shake. Okay, let's come around onto all fours, removing the blanket or placing it underneath your knees. So if you know that you feel, or you've got a sort of hard floor and a thin mat, you might want to just pad up the knees, so taking out that blanket and just folding it just once, not too thick. And then spreading those fingers, coming into all fours so the shoulders are over the wrists and those hips and knees are in alignment, but really spread those fingers. And let's have a just play with those hands, picking them up and placing them back into the earth. Just shifting the weight from right to left. Just feeling the texture of your mat beneath you, and then settle into a position. And the fingers don't need to be facing forward, they can be slightly out, just somewhere that you can feel steady and stable, and you can create some space in and around the shoulders. And as we're in this all fours, just move the hips a little, don't keep it static. Let's try and feel a bit of freedom in our movement and softness in the elbows, never locking the joints out. And then let's come down to the forearms. Keeping the hips over those shoulders, I want you to walk the hands forward, coming into poppy dog pose. Now, as you lower the chest and the forehead to the mat, I'm going to stay a little lifted so I can talk. Just allow that belly to soften, but keep a little bit of core activation by just drawing the lower belly back in. And we just want to soften into the earth here. Now, if you find this is quite strong around your shoulders, feel free to take the arms a little wider. You might even want to bend the arms. And just breathing here. Feeling that lovely stretch along the abdomen. Breathing into the back. Breathing into the sides, the lungs. And on the last inhale, let's start to walk those hands back up into that all fours position. And then let's inhale, sweep the right arm up, cartwheel it behind us, maybe taking the gaze with it and following it, taking another big circle, reaching up to the top, and then we get there, press down into the tops of the feet, the shins, draw the belly back, so we're active in the core, active in the legs. And then let's thread that right hand underneath the left and lower the shoulder and the right cheek to the floor. So again, here we want the hips over the knees. And then you can do what you want with this other arm. So you might want to stretch the left arm out over your head in front of you. You might want to take it onto your lower back. Take an extra little twist and maybe open up the chest and take the gaze up. But just notice what's going on with that left hip. Can you draw it back, align the hips, draw the belly back? So there's a little bit of engagement there. Pressing into the tops of the feet, breathing here, not holding the breath. Just enjoying this lovely twist. And then lower that left hand back into the earth, spread the fingers, press into it as you lift the right arms back up into the sky. Cartwheel it back down behind you and plant it alongside the left. From here, let's come into a couple of cat-cows. So as we inhale, we drop the belly, we take the gaze and the chest forward, roll the shoulders back. Don't just dump into the lower back. So again, a little bit of core activation, drawing it back. And as we exhale, we round, drawing the chin in. But as we do, and we transition from one to the other, take a bend into the elbows. Inhale back up into your cow position. Exhale to your cat. And as you move through this one more round, see if you can make it seamless, like two movements as if it's fluid, snake-like in the spine. Lovely. And then coming back to that neutral position, let's tuck the toes, push back, walking the hands onto the thighs, sitting up, taking a shoulder roll. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up and over. Let's take the left hand into the right, and we're just going to reach over towards that right side. So we're getting a bit of a toe stretch at the same time. So if that is too much, unhook the toes and just flatten them. Inhale back to center. Now the left hand grabs the right and we twist over towards left. So we're actually really opening up in the side body while we're moving in and around these shoulders, just to really get some openness in and around the spine, as well as working on those upper body muscles. And then sweep the arms back round into all fours. And we're going to come onto the other side. Untuck the toes and gently tap them. And then we inhale, sweep the left arm up. Exhale the hand behind us. Take a lovely big circle coming all the way back up, really spreading those fingers. And then another big circle. This time as we reach the top, we then thread that left hand underneath the right, lower the shoulder and the head down towards the mat. And then just take that lovely twist. But remember, that right hip now is going to want to draw forward, draw it back, align the hips. And just make sure the knees are over or under the hips. Again, your choice what you want to do with this right hand, either over your head if that feels good, or maybe onto the lower back, opening up a little bit more into the twist, shining the heart forward and taking the gaze up if that feels comfortable on the neck. Otherwise, leave the neck. Taking 2 more breaths here. And then we're going to inhale, sweep the arm back up and place it back into the mat. Press into the earth as you then take the left arm back up one more time. And then you exhale, coming back down into the mat. And then we're just going to sit back down on our side. It's just a gentle little bit of rounding here. So take the hands onto the knees and we're just going to, again, draw the chin in, round in the back. Inhale, scoop forward, open up the chest, find that length in the spine. Then inhale, sweep the arms up, press the palms together, exhale down through your center, and then take those palms and push them out. Nice. Turn the fingers down, turn the palms up as if you're pushing a wall away, getting into those wrists as well, and then turning those palms down, or those fingers down again. This time spread the fingers wide, and let's take your right arm across. Left arm encourages that right arm in towards your body, spreading the fingers, keeping active, drawing the belly back and pressing those knees down. So we're still active and getting a bit of work into the lower body. Inhale, sweep the arms wide. Let's exhale, take the left arm across and draw that left arm in. Spread the fingers again, nice and active. Keep breathing here, drawing the sitting bones down, finding length into your spine, and smile. And then release. So just a very short little release for the shoulders there. And really, we're working on the spine at the same time and other parts of the body. So it's not just isolated to those shoulders. So hopefully that's made you feel good. So just to finish that practice, I'm just going to get you to drop your chin to your chest, close your eyes, and then imagine with your nose that you're drawing a line all the way up the side, over towards that right shoulder, up the side of the room, across the ceiling. And then we start to transition into that exhale as we then draw the nose down the left side and bring that chin slowly, no rush, just let me know where we're going, back into that center point. Take a breath in, exhale out, and then we're going to inhale, take that nose and that chin over towards the left, going in the opposite direction now, drawing that line up the wall, across the ceiling, transitioning into that exhale as you then draw that line down the right side, past that right shoulder, back into the chest. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up and over, interlace the hands, place them on the back of the head, and relax those elbows. As we inhale, open up the elbows, open up the heart, take the gaze forward, open the eyes. And then as we exhale, let's take those arms out wide and then take a little wrap around our shoulders. Give ourselves a little bit of a hug for spending 15 minutes or so on just opening up the body and releasing some energy. Awesome work, guys. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day. Cheers. Namaste.